Indiana Jones's caution towards snakes, which represents temptation, is what Adam and Eve should have possessed in Genesis 3, located in the Old Testament of the Holy Bible. Even in Indiana Jones in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, directed by Steven Spielberg, Indiana refused to let the snake, or the temptation if I may, take control when being sucked in by a patch of dry sand. Well, okay, so he did grab the snake once when his son decided to call it a rope, but you get the point. Unfortunately, as I said before, that was not the choice that Adam and Eve stuck to. And in return, all of mankind to come had to suffer the same consequences as those given to Adam and Eve. That brings us to today's topic. How did Adam and Eve's sin affect life as we currently know it? The first mentioned impact of Adam and Eve's sin is brought to attention in Genesis 3:3. It states, "But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die." At first, I questioned whether this was a physical death or a figurative death that was being spoke of. It seemed, my friend, to be a physical death, which it was. Eating from the tree doesn't make you die right away. Eating from that tree that they were told not to eat from just gave humans a limited lifespan. However, I suppose that you could say that it was also a figurative death. Due to the way that man changed once that bite was taken from the forbidden apple, I find it appropriate to tell you that man's original self died, revealing a more shameful form. Don't fret. I understand that you have places to go and things to do, so I will move on to the next impact that sin had on the world. The next change that resulted from the original sin is called upon in Genesis 3:9-11, where it is written, "And the Lord God called unto Abraham, and said unto him," "And the Lord called unto Adam, and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat?" Adam and Eve's sin resulted with the shame of being naked. You see, before eating from the tree, there were many things that were considered good. Being bare-skinned was one of those things. Although, as you read above, as I mentioned before, it was different afterwards. This is not what God had desired. God had wished for man to live with no humiliation towards their body structure. According to Genesis 3:21, God had to make clothing from animal skins in order to hide the shame. The final, but not last, result I want to mention is man being removed from the Garden of Eden. In Genesis 3:23-24, it reads, "Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed at east of the Garden of Eden, cherubims. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, by the way. And a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. God removed man from the Garden of Eden as a punishment. Man no longer being allowed in the Garden of Eden is tragic if you ask me. I don't pout though, because I know that someday I'll be in the greatest place ever. In heaven with God.